We're Stephen and Grace, a Boricua from Brooklyn and a Filipina from Queens, New York.
Married over 20 years, raising 4 kids, and still choosing each other every day.
This is the Love Suite, where we get real about love, marriage, parenting, money, intimacy, and culture.
We come from New York, roots that span islands, languages, traditions, and struggle. And that's our power. Grit, first and second gen hustle, big city survival.
Our cultures taught us resilience, resourcefulness, and love that outlasts the storm.
And if you're listening, chances are your story carries that same beauty, multiple cultures, multiple legacies, and one truth. We're still here, building love that lasts. Welcome to the Love Suite.
Today we'll be talking about love across cultural boundaries. So before we get into our story, let's talk about why do people date in their own culture?
I think it's by design. So you grew up seeing your people together with each other. It's what's familiar. It creates safety for you when you're growing up.
So let's break it down.
Okay.
For me, it just seems like it's easier. I think we can start just 1950s, 60s, 70s kind of area. Most neighborhoods were same culture. When you immigrated to an area, you looked for what was familiar to you, what was comfortable for you. You have specialty stores that catered to your culture and people, and you all clung together.
You did. I think our ancestors, the people came before us, actually looked for that.
Yeah.
Where are our people? So for us, it was in New York City. And so you knew where the Puerto Ricans lived. Where were they in New York City?
Spanish Harlem, or up in the Bronx, or I mean, as long as you were in a place of comfort where you were accepted, we even have to going that far back. We're talking about where it was commonplace to be racist to anybody not like you.
Yeah, yeah. But you did live in these communities too, because many times you would come to this country and not know the language.
Yeah, that too. And I mean that leads into, so if that's the setup, what do you see every day? What's constant in your life? It's people like you. So you're going to always like the girl down the block or someone that you see often, someone
Yeah.
who's going to grow on you. And that's just because of the segregation. That was always people in your own culture.
When they understood you, they understood your culture, your rituals, your food, your family, and you learn to trust your people.
And if we're talking about immigration, like taking it even further back, people in the Philippines, it was just Filipinos living in the Philippines for the most part. So what variety did you even have an opportunity for? So it's what your parents grew up seeing and their parents grew up seeing. So it was just what was comfortable.
Yeah. I dated inside of my culture. My high school sweetheart was Filipino, and it was great. I didn't spend too much time thinking about it back then, but we lived in a community that had a large Filipino community, and there were multiple Filipinos in my classes. And we just hung out with each other. It was like you were just drawn to each other. We had Filipino events, and
Right.
it just happened, and our families knew each other.
Yeah.
So there's that comfort there where your family's comfortable with that. Oh, I know him. He's a good boy. I know his mom. If there's an issue where your parents are going, they know who to talk to.
Exactly. Or you don't have to, don't be with that guy or don't be with that girl. Do you know who her parents are? There was more of familiarity.
Familiarity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's just easier when the person understands you.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a comfort and acceptability when if I have a cough, everybody knows, hey, blow Vicks all over his body, and that's just the way it is.
Oh yeah, we have that in our culture too.
Yeah, I know.
So I feel like you and I are lucky in a sense where your people colonized mine.
Yeah.
So your culture got integrated into mine. So we have this common ground that exists in our two cultures, although they can be very different. So we were lucky in that sense, but not everyone has this stroke of luck. And even though we have these things in common, they don't erase the things that our cultures don't have in common and that are unique to each of our cultures. All right.
So are we ready for dating multiculturally? Or
Yeah. So did you date anyone that was Puerto Rican?
I did actually, and I also
Mhm.
dated lots of non-Puerto Ricans
So you're
because
a rebel.
leading into kind of our generation, it was a New York thing, but at the same time, I've traveled around different large cities. It's just the large city thing with technology and everything, transportation. The neighborhood isn't what it used to be. It's more intertwined. Schools aren't segregated anymore. I came from, it was predominantly minority, but it wasn't only minority in my neighborhood, and it was a mix of everything. So, going back to what we said earlier, it's and what I saw was just every culture.
Okay, growing up though, you were in apartments.
Yes.
So that also is just like a different, you get lots of people living in one square footage, it's just going up high. You're using sky feet.
Sky feet.
Sky.
What is
There's a term for that. Marishal.
skyscraper or
Remember Marishal was talking about that? Like you can buy the
air rights?
the air rights. Yeah. So you can build up.
Sky feet. I love
It's
it.
okay. I'm trying to
Work those sky
recall.
feet, everybody. My building had 17 floors to it, so
Mhm.
there was a lot of differences throughout. And just the neighborhood in general was just very mixed, let alone each
Yeah.
building and everything you saw. Classrooms were very mixed.
So was mine. My block was our area in Queens Village. We were just full of Guyanese, Indian, Pakistan, Trinidadian, Jamaican, Puerto Rican, Dominican. Then you go to Asia, it's just like a whole melting pot. But
Mhm.
even when you're living in that melting pot, your people still gather.
Yes,
They still gather separately.
yes. And why? Because there's unique things to every culture, every family that you want to celebrate with people who understand it and feel the way you do.
So how did you feel when you were dating a Puerto Rican chick?
Certainly, you have certain areas where you're like, okay, they're going to understand this and they're going to know this and they're going to know that.
But it's not, it's subconsciously. You're not
Yeah,
saying it
right,
out
right.
loud.
It's not, oh, good, let me check this box as I walk around. How about for you?
Oh, there were benefits. I also did not say, oh, yeah, great. This is so good that he is Filipino. What was great about it was, are you going to stay over and eat dinner? I knew it was going to be some Filipino. It was going to be good. But so there are like benefits like that. I knew the values that his family had without being told, oh, my mom is like this, my dad is like this. You don't got to tell me anything. I already know. So I know how to be respectful to our culture that we share. So it's those kinds of things that makes it easy. Your parents knew if you were bringing someone home that shared the culture that they were going to be respectful or they ought to be the way that your culture expects people
Right,
to be respectful.
right.
Yeah.
So now dating multiculturally, what are some things that lead to that?
the environments change.
Right.
Like you said, our environments in New York City are a melting pot. But as you get older, your radius changes. Now you're going to college. So now it's going to be even more mixed. So no matter where you are in the country, if you go to college in a different city or a different state, you're getting a mix of people because they're just coming from everywhere.
And just think about the last pizzeria you went into. Was it only Italians working in there or
Mm,
Sicilians?
yeah.
I remember in New York, there was a couple of pizzerias that there was Indians and Pakistanis working, and you're like, and they'll put their own spin on the sauce and stuff, and I guess it's still Italian food, but it definitely tasted different.
Need some Gabby's pizza. If you are from New York City or you are making a trip, now we have this argument or discussion all the time, and you are wanting pizza, and I'm not going to talk about Manhattan, I'm just going to talk about Queens, Hillside Avenue, and Franny Lou, Francis Lewis Boulevard. There is a pizzeria called Gabby's Pizza. Mwah, so good. So
It's pretty
good.
good. It's pretty
It's
good.
so
I don't
good.
know about the best, but it's
Oh,
pretty
please.
good.
They will even freeze it for you and mail it out to wherever you are in the country. So, just in case you guys didn't know it, but if you're in New York, stop and taste that pizza. What's your spot then? What's your pizza spot?
I don't
Quick,
know anymore.
quick,
No, I don't
quick. How
have.
big of that means that you don't really have a pizza spot. That's
But I
what
know
that
there's
means.
no. It's.
No,
I
if
mean, I go
you
to,
really have a pizza spot, you name it right off the bat.
but it's in Little Italy. Is there?
Guys,
Oh, there's the one Bensonhurst.
okay. Do you guys notice how quickly I knew what pizza spot I was going?
Because it's the one you grew up with. The one I grew up with. I don't know. A lot of people liked it, not me.
Oh, okay.
They could have done better.
Anyway, he just started talking about pizza and now.
I want pizza. But yeah, everything gets jumbled with work and school. And now you have that opportunity to see more than, say, your parents did or your grandparents. And now there's a lot more multicultural relationships popping up as a result.
And your friends change, right? So as you're going through different stages of life, you meet new friends and they have friends, and you just get introduced to different people, which is really exciting to meet people outside of your culture, have conversations with people who are not like you,
Yeah.
different points of view. So it's that change of jobs. Now you're in the workforce.
It's also society, though, that it's more acceptable now in society.
Yeah.
Just picture someone African American trying to date someone white back in 60s or something like that. It was
So,
a huge problem on both sides. And
mhm.
now it's just simply acceptable.
How did you start dating out of your culture? Was it a conscious decision?
No, no.
Um,
I think, like I said, it was the way I was brought up and where I was brought up and just what I see. Because of society nowadays, you are more free to make your own decisions, I think, to some degree, or at least
to some degree.
more so than in the past. How about that? And I definitely felt like I have always had freedom when it came to making a decision who I'm going to date. I didn't feel pressured from family or anything like that or friends.
Yeah, you were one of the lucky ones because
I
we all
guess.
know that there's a huge population of people who don't get to have that luxury. They have to consider it. It's expected of them to date inside of their culture. I know when I was in college, I joined a sorority, and there were multiple different kinds of young ladies that were a part of it, but it was majority Jewish girls. And this is like the age of you're learning to go out to the club, to go hang out at the club on Friday nights in New York City, in the
Oh,
Manhattan.
Oh,
And here I come going to my girlfriend, my sorority sister's house in Brooklyn. And here I come in my station wagon. Beep, beep, I'm here. And she is like coming out, and her parents were just not pleased that she was leaving on a Friday night. And she used to boohoo all the time that she was expected to marry in her culture, date in her culture, another Jewish person. And it was a lot of pressure for her, for someone who was 18 and had just turned into a quote unquote adult. And it was very, seemed expressed as if it was very painful to have that pressure, that love had rules.
yeah,
You could only love this person forever. So for me, I didn't think I had any kind of rules set upon me. And I dated outside of my culture because I just started to be around other people besides Filipinos.
yeah.
College.
And you have to have that freedom to begin with. I don't think our grandparents probably didn't have that freedom or felt that pressure. No, you have to date within. You have to.
But maybe they, one, weren't exposed to other cultures if they were back on the islands. And then if they were, maybe they felt like they weren't allowed to. No, we don't do that. That's going to cause problems. Like West Side Story.
That's a foreigner.
Yeah, but
West Side Story was.
movie or the musical.
It was not only different cultures, but also different neighborhoods. There's more factors than people reach or want to look at. Everybody's quick to point race, but sometimes it's more than that. I know for me in New York, it was neighborhoods were a big deal. Where are you from? Where are you from? You're from East New York. Okay.
Oh, that's always a question
Stick,
amongst New Yorkers.
stick to your little East New York clique. And then within East New York, even there was different. Where are you from in East New York? And it's just always people are just looking for any reason.
To divide or to connect. You could connect over that too, not just divide.
Yeah, that reminds me, like my neighborhood, we had elementary and junior high, and then in New York in high school, you can go to whatever high school you want. The high school I went to was just like a zone, the closest high school I could go to, but people I would have didn't really communicate with in junior high. Now I would see them be like, "Oh my God, you're from my junior high. Let's be friends," because it's what's familiar.
Yeah, you say that now. I know we're supposed to be talking about what dating outside your culture, but you just reminded me how I could travel to Yugoslavia. Okay. So I'm going there. I'm likely not to know anyone, not one soul. The moment someone comes into the room and sees me and comes up to me and goes, "Are you Filipino?" And I go, "Yeah, are you Filipino?" It's almost like it's an instant bond.
Yeah,
They will treat you like they know you, your family, because we do have that in our culture.
it's that degree of familiarity. Know that word?
Familiarity.
You know that word.
Familiarity. Yes, and it's anywhere. And they all of a sudden have this love for you, and you have now become her best friend.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just that connection.
Yeah.
So to swing it back to where we were talking about, there were a lot of people who are not happy when you date outside of your culture. So I know that I had this experience with my father. So my father was not around all the time.
Mm.
And by the time he came around, I think he was going to live with us. I was already like grown. I was like grown per se, but I was 19. And I was dating this black boy. He was Trinidadian. And my dad did not like it. but I hadn't been listening to him my whole life. He wasn't around. He's not my boss. He was unhappy about that and actually told me, I do not want black grandchildren.
Mm.
I'm very independent, strong minded woman. And I was like, it's okay because they're not going to know you. He was not happy about that. And he took this like kindergarten pre K wooden chair and threw it from the living room that went through across the dining room into the kitchen. And he missed me because my mom blocked me and it hit her.
Hmm.
So there's that kind of drama that can happen. Then I had the other kind of drama when I was dating H and we were moving furniture and my father wasn't aware of this and he thought we were in the room doing something else, but we had moving furniture so the door couldn't open all the way, and my dad went in, got a gun, his gun.
Wow.
Yeah, so it can get violent. It can get very violent. And
Call the police.
yeah, someone did. But I, what incidentally, what was interesting is that I ran out of that house with H and ran over to my high school boyfriend's house to call the police.
Ow. That sounds like its own episode right there.
Pretty interesting. He wasn't there, but his family was there.
I'm getting chased by your dad with a gun, and you repay me by going to your ex's house.
Listen, I had, first of all, we were, we had to run, and that A lives pretty close. So that's where I
You're
ran.
safe, babe. Yeah. Call the police again.
But do you see where did I run to? I ran to a Filipino household.
Okay.
It proves a point that the cultures are bound.
I don't think H would see it that way. I think
Who,
he would
who
be,
cares what H thinks right now? Who cares?
but
FH. Okay.
okay.
So anyway, but that it just goes to show like how things can progress when certain people don't want you dating outside of your culture.
Yeah. Now that you're in the relationship, we put you guys together. We understand how you got together, but now what?
Yeah, it makes it sound like it's easy. It's easy. Oh, okay, we're together.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Together, happily ever after the
Yeah,
end.
it's not.
Because when you're looking at navigating through it, where do you start? You start with the parents, right? So how
Or just a family.
just the family in general, but it starts with parents and the family pressures. So to navigate that, what do we?
I believe that the first thing to do is to recognize that there are two different cultures there.
Oh yeah,
That you can't just walk into it and say, I love you, everything's great, let's just get married. There are so many things to consider about it. So, first is to recognize it, call it out, talk about it with your partner, and know that if you're going to build something together, that it's going to take a lot of work, a lot of juggling, a lot of integrating, compromises, agreements.
yeah,
And then encased in all of that is going to be some disagreements.
no. And there's different levels, I think, to recalling the what's that, the big fat Greek wedding or
Oh yeah, that was a
so
great
the
movie.
family was like, okay, you're dating this guy, but we're going to throw the wedding our way. You know what I mean? They wanted it to be a certain way through their culture. Mm.
They did, but I don't really think those vanilla people really cared. If I'm trying to remember the movie correctly, and by the way, guys, I grew up in a Greek culture too.
Oh,
So I want to say that I'm Greek also. I know I don't look Greek, but because my mom was a single mother, our landlords babysat me from when I was 2 months old. So I grew up in their Greek culture. I ate the food. I learned the language. I know the ins and outs of it. So watching that big fat Greek wedding was so cool. 'Cause it was funny to me, all the different parts. But it is true that when you have these two cultures come in, one sometimes might be louder than the other or more persistent with their rituals.
The thing is, they're themselves.
Mm.
And sometimes it's overbearing. That's why I said there's different levels to it, where sometimes for that movie, they were okay with it. She was like, no, I like him. And we're getting married and that's the way it's going to be. And they were like, okay, but it's going to be this way. Now, how about there are some cultures where, or families where they're just like, absolutely not. You, no. So that's like the highest level where you now, in order to keep your relationship, almost have to choose between family and your relationship.
What an unfortunate thing to do to a family member that you love.
They are so hurt that you are transitioning and
Mm.
adapting to the new world and not living in the world that they are comfortable with, where their values and culture and religion
Yeah,
are it.
but to give some insight to that, it is just difficult for people to accept change. And that's what it comes down to. I don't believe that they don't love or care for that person, but they do have a difficult time changing with the times,
Mhm.
changing how things used to be.
Right.
And you can apply that to so many things besides just culture.
Yeah, the average parent grew up 30 years prior to their kid. So
Mm.
that's 3 decades. That's a generation.
Yeah.
And things change generation to generation.
Yeah. But when you do make that commitment, so if you do have to unfortunately make a decision and you find yourself in that position that Steve described, when you have to make a harsh decision like
It's,
that,
yeah, it's tough, but your family is the one who's actually making that decision for you.
but you're also saying when you make the decision to be with your partner, what you're saying is this relationship I'm putting first.
Yes.
This is my life partner.
Yes.
And so you've essentially said, I'm making a commitment to making this work. And when you make this commitment to make it work, take a shot at it, then you're in for some stuff. There's certain things you have to do. You have to learn about each other's culture.
Yeah. There are things you do have to adjust to help cross that bridge, to meet them in the middle, so to speak. For me, I love Filipino food. Church was brutal, but
So I was raised Catholic. I'm no longer Catholic. And Steve, you were not raised in any kind of,
minimalized Catholic,
yeah,
I guess we switched.
your family believed in God,
We just didn't do church or
right?
anything.
It was more of casual,
Yeah,
a casual.
holidays, kind of Christmas, Easter, we're going to church. But yeah, it was definitely different to go week after week. And I was like, man, this is an interesting church session here. It's the
Mhm.
same as it was last week.
But we had to have this conversation about because God is huge for me in my life. And I made the commitment of I am going to still marry this gentleman because I knew inside that he was for me, even though we didn't have these things in common. And I knew that we would grow
Yeah.
and we would face these things. He wasn't going to remain the same man he was when I met him. because everybody grows. And I was willing to explore that and live that by his side. Now he has an amazing relationship with God, and it's been a joy to experience that growth with him. There are going to be things like little compromises that you'll make, and then there's big ones. And they have to be ones that you are willing to make or discuss with your partner. You can't just say, oh, you're Indian. I'm,
Yeah.
I don't know, Czechoslovakian.
Whenever you're gonna do Indian shit, let me know so I don't come or I don't.
Expect your partner to just completely acclimate to your culture and just abandon theirs. And if you expect your partner to do that, are you truly loving them for all that they are? So there has to be a compromise and honesty, right? Some people cannot, if I take it back to food, cannot tolerate eat spicy food. They just can't. It's just physically impossible for them. They can try, but they're not finding any joy in it. So that would be a compromise to say it's not that he doesn't or he or she does not like my culture's food. It's just their body is just cannot digest it, or they get heartburn or whatever it is.
Yeah. I mean, different spice levels. If you've ever been to like just a traditional Indian kind of meal, man, bring your own water because your mouth's about to be on fire.
So delicious, though. It's so delicious. But that's my take. Not everybody likes Indian food. But you do have to integrate everything, right? So it could be in music.
Songs, Filipino movies. Like, for example, I know what I'm getting in a Filipino movie. And
Lots
yeah,
of
it's just part of it. And then the kids.
yes.
I
If you
mean,
choose to have children, that's a huge conversation.
your kids are going to be have you, have your partner, and you owe it to them to teach them both sides.
Yeah, you do. You do. And no one's going to do it perfectly, right? But you do have to have these discussions. You do have to have these discussions because there might be pushback.
Yeah.
Pushback from your family, pushback with your partner. No, I don't want my child learning to do that. I don't think it's worthy, or I think it's ridiculous, or hopefully you're not speaking to your partner like that. But you do have to be honest and think about what is important to share.
And we're not telling you you have to like everything. There's plenty of Filipino meals that I'm not going near. But
What? Like what? I want to know.
what's that dark one with blood in it and
The most delicious meal called diniguan.
diniguan? Yeah.
It has pork blood
And
in the sauce.
what's the little delicacy with the egg?
Balot.
Yeah, I'm good,
Balot.
man. I'm
It
good.
is I want to say duck egg.
Mm,
I want to say duck egg, but it is an embryo inside with a beak and everything, with a yolk sac, and it's boiled and it's got a good soup inside. And all of a sudden, I have a Filipino accent.
not for me, but pancit or
Yeah,
lumpia. Yeah, I'm all about those.
and yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's a compromise. And I don't sit here and force feed him dinuguan. I don't say, okay, I'm going to make this that I know he doesn't like. It's like, too bad, dude. You got to eat it.
Yeah, and I
You
don't
got to
try
eat
to
it.
push my food over hers and be like, "Come on, kids, arroz con habichuelas. Here, don't put that pancit down. Take this instead." And
Yeah.
no, it's just you learn both sides. And
And it is very difficult. I guess you could speak on it from a man's point of view, but as a person who's playing the wife role, it can be very challenging to carry both cultures or make sure both cultures are represented in the house from a wife's role. I know while we were raising our children, I wanted to bring in both the Puerto Rican culture and the Filipino culture. And I could only do each one so much, right? So I knew that we have to eat every day. So I knew that I was going to bring forth Filipino dishes because I want them to know what these dishes are. And also wanted our kids to have a very, what word am I looking for? Where their palate is, where they just taste all different kinds of foods.
That's just variety.
Yeah, yeah. So that they're not afraid of tasting different kinds of foods.
Okay.
And so that's where I was able to bring Puerto Rican dishes to the table so that it was part of their everyday, as a part of who they are. And it's a lot to carry when you're also decorating in the house or traditions and stuff like that. So it's just a really heavy load. And not everybody understands that unless you are mixing your cultures together with a partner in life and you're trying to make sure that both cultures are represented. That's a special load to carry.
And some of it comes from you, and some of it can come from grandparents, even.
Mm,
But you just want to give them that variety. They've got to know what's the difference between each and that they're a part of both. They don't have to choose. They're both, or
yeah.
three or four, whatever, however many different cultures they have inside.
Yeah, exactly. And I would encourage you to make sure your children know about these things. So you're having your children and they're born here in the United States, let's say. They're definitely going to be American, right? Our kids, born American. But we did not dilute our cultures. I didn't say, okay, here's a little bit of this, but just immersing them only in American culture because they're not just American. And what does that really mean, American? Because America is truly made of multiple cultures. N-
America's just where you live.
Yeah,
You
it's just
live in America.
logistics. It's just logistics. But especially in America, I think it's different. If you go to Germany, it's mostly Germans.
Right.
It's like people who were born, raised there, and there's a distinct culture. And I'm not saying that Americans don't, but America is known for having multiple cultures, and that's what makes America beautiful and unique.
You could say American culture is blending of multiple cultures.
So, in that sense, I encourage you not to dilute your culture. So, if you're from Africa or from Thailand, don't dilute your culture.
Yeah.
Let your kids see the whole thing.
Or religion.
Or religion, yes, because that is cultural too.
Religion is huge for families sometimes. If you're in a multi religious relationship, you're definitely getting push from, oh, well, if you're Hindu and the other person's Catholic, like that's a lot to know. It's a lot to take in.
They're so different,
Yeah.
it, very different, but both beautiful.
Yeah. Or if you're Jewish, there's lots of things to learn about Jewish culture. You
Mhm.
do have to respect and at least understand and be considerate if there are certain things that they have to do or that their religion dictates to them.
Sometimes your partner might have an observance that they have to make, some kind of holy day.
Holidays that are just unique to that religion and culture.
Yeah. What were you saying before about Muslims?
Yeah, Muslims pray multiple times a day. I think it's five,
I
something
think
like that.
so.
So you have to be considerate of that and respect that person's religion. You can't be like, come on, we're going to be late. What do you mean you have to pray? Just do it later or something or whatever. We can't be late to this.
For Muslims, that is a
Yeah.
huge thing in their religion, and they are respectful to their God.
Yeah.
This is a practice that they do, and everything stops for them.
Yeah. We're not telling you to roll out a blanket and pray next to them, but you have to at least respect that and respect their culture. And that's, like I said, meeting people halfway, understanding where they're coming from is the only way to navigate
Yeah.
through these
How
relationships.
about when culture or religion dictates your diet? So if you're Jewish, you're probably eating kosher,
Right.
or there's some cultures where you're eating halal. What religion is that? Is it
Um,
culture or is that religion? But there's
no,
halal. There's
Muslim though, right?
some people have pork heavy cuisines. Is would you say Puerto Ricans heavy pork or
Oh, yeah.
yeah? I know for us, particularly for my family, we had a pig farming business, so
Yeah.
pork was big.
Yeah.
Um,
Because when it comes to food like that, what if you're vegetarian or vegan and I've adjusted to it, but now my parents come over who only know pork? Or actually, this happened in the Greek movie also, right? Because he was vegetarian
oh, I think so.
and
And
they
then
kept trying to give him lamb. They're like, "Oh, sorry, we won't give you this lamb kebab. How about this lamb soup?" You still don't get it. But what if it was the other way around and now
yeah.
you're the vegan who do you say, "Oh my God, all right, I'm going to try to cook these pork chops," or do you just say, "No,
Mm.
this is my home and they're going to be vegan for the day?"
Yeah, we've experienced that ourselves where it could be cultural, it could be an array of reasons why. And do you accommodate or do you not?
Yeah, exactly.
I think there are different ways that you can compromise on that. So I know for me, I've had experience where, oh, I know I am not going to really get what I need. So I'm going to make that one of the dishes I bring
No,
so that not that I'm not sharing with everyone, but I make sure that there's something there that I can eat or our child can eat because we do have a child who's vegetarian and not everyone is as accommodating because it's who you are in, as a person has been influenced by how you were raised and what you grew up seeing with the adults around you and in your culture,
right,
right? In my culture, I grew up accommodating people. This person can't have that. Let's make sure there's something for them. Food is a huge thing.
right.
So we made sure everyone could eat because that is just a huge way of expressing your love and concern for someone. So I remember making two dishes of everything. One vegetarian, one was it dairy free, gluten free version, and one that was regular version. And I did that for one little person. And because that's my way of expressing love, but not every culture is like that. And you can't say if it was me, that's what I would have done because it's just not a part of something that they consider. And it's not that they're trying to be rude. They just don't know or see things that way.
If sometimes people just don't even think about it, like for something simple like rice and beans, like how many
Mhm.
Puerto Ricans actually will cut up some ham and put it into you fry them up real quick and
Yeah.
put them into the beans as like a flavor enhancer. And you're like, no, you can't put that in the beans. We need them to be vegetarian today. And you're like, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Or how about when family members won't even try the cultural food?
Yeah. Is it disrespectful?
Is it?
Maybe.
Could be seen as disrespectful from the person who made the food
Just close minded thinking.
or the person who comes there and is wow, they made all this, but they didn't even consider that me and my culture or what I can eat or what I'm not. Maybe I'm the only person who is not from that culture at the event and then you feel like nobody thought of me.
Yeah.
So there's so many ways that it can be interpreted.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of different ways to look at that. A lot of Asian countries have it that you remove your shoes before you're entering the home or right at the door. I know it's big in the Philippines for sure, and it's what we do for our household. But
And it's non-negotiable, guys. It is such a strong thing that we do in our house that if you step one foot in my house with shoes on, you just now have strikes against you. And I most likely don't really like you much. But
well,
I'm also Filipino, so I try to be hospitable, but it's not okay.
yeah,
I think I've even told people, go ahead, you can step over here, but I'll make you mop before you leave.
especially in this country, most people just will walk through their house with shoes on, lay in bed with shoes on. It's, oh, it's on the comfort. It's no big deal. And it's just,
And I'm sure that before you met me, you wore your shoes all over the place in
yeah,
your
absolutely.
house.
Not in my bed, but yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and it's just because you just didn't know any better. No, just kidding. But I'm just saying that it is cultural, but there's a lot of health benefits. And I'm not, people will argue, oh, your kids need the bacteria to build. Yeah, I know. My kids are built, my kids, there's bacteria everywhere. But I don't need to bring dog poop into the house or whatever diseases are on the bottom of my shoe from a public restroom. Yeah, so but anyway, as you can see, I'm very passionate about the shoe thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the
But
signs at the door.
yeah, got to understand the differences and be willing to accommodate on many different levels. Sometimes you give a little more, sometimes the other person gives a little more. So,
Exactly. And you don't want these cultural differences to cause so many rifts. So it's about letting people know what the boundaries are. This is an absolute non-negotiable for me. Or yeah, I guess I can bend a little bit with that one. But it's about having a respectful conversation
right.
about it and knowing that your partner and their families are just different from you. They're just different from you. And that doesn't mean that I'm wrong and you're right or that you're right and I'm wrong. It's just that it's different. And there's so many things that we can learn from each other that can enhance and enrich our lives together, our families' lives, because they're learning alongside us, and our children if we choose to have them.
Yeah.
But I know that when my mom knew I was dating you and she got to know you, she just bragged about you to everybody.
Yeah. But you could say, I know she loved me, but would she have loved me
So much.
more if I was Filipino?
Now, she's not here anymore. She is transitioned to the other realm, but I feel safe to say that it didn't matter to her that you weren't Filipino. But if you were,
Yeah.
I would say that she probably would have loved you even more.
Yeah. And that's anything wrong. It's just that
No.
comfort level. It's just a, oh, excellent. It's just the icing on the cake sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it. It's not about me,
No.
so.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, we didn't lose our cultures, we just multiply them. And our kids are now half Filipino, half Puerto Rican. And there's no telling who they're going to marry.
And I also want to say that just because we're saying they're half, right? Their DNA is half you, half me, but that doesn't mean that they're not fully Filipino. I think a lot of people say, "Oh, you're not really Filipino. You're not really Puerto Rican because you're only half."
Oh, there's big thing in with Puerto Rico that you're 100%. Are you 100% Boricua? I am. There's flags for that even.
Really?
Yes.
We need
I have
one.
one.
Oh,
Yeah, I have one.
you mean the one that's in the garage on the stick?
That's where flags go.
It's always like, why does this flag look like this?
It's yeah.
Who made this flag? You
So
mean it's a
the
real flag?
one Puerto Rican Day
Oh,
parade flag, but
because
it's
In Hawaii, they have flags for people who are really 100% or maybe not 100%. There's like a percentage you have to be considered. I'm gonna have to look up that
I think
word.
it's 50% to be in in Hawaii. You get discounts or privileges in certain lands because you're 50% Hawaiian, I think is what it is. But she's legit looking it up. All right, so if you're in a multicultural relationship or thinking about one,
I got it.
oh, pause everything. What do you call it?
Tanaka. Tanaka. I wanted to say Tanaka, but that means rice field in Japanese. It's Kanaka.
Oh,
Kanaka. That means indigenous native person in a native Hawaiian.
excellent.
So cool. So cool.
Our advice now for multicultural relationships or thinking about having one, I would say be curious, be ready to teach. Don't be defensive. Don't, you're here to share. Okay. It's the basis for any relationship. You're sharing yourself, they're sharing themselves, you're sharing your culture, and they're sharing theirs.
Yeah, don't make it be like a competitive thing. It should be like exciting.
Yeah.
It's enrichment.
You can learn some words in their language. Set up.
Set up. Set up means delicious.
Oh,
What else do you know, honey?
no.
Let me tell you, we're laughing, right? I don't know how many years Steve and I were married, and I don't remember who was talking to you.
Indeed. Yeah.
He said Hindi means no. Okay, so somebody spoke to you in Tagalog. It was like a long, I want to say like four sentences, and they were long. And you answered them in English with which reflected that you understood what they were asking. My jaw dropped to the ground. How the hell did you know what they said?
Thankfully to me, a lot of Filipino words have Spanish origins. I was able to piece enough together to spit out an answer, and then you answer in English so that way they can understand. All right, grilling you in Filipino is we're gonna move on to English. Help you out. What are you doing right now?
My back is bothering me, so I like to move the.
That's how we know we're close to the end of the episode. My back starts hurting.
But show up for the culture, the food, the rituals. You would be surprised what you learn about someone else's rituals, about their culture, and about your own sometimes.
Yes, I've learned Christmas, I used to think was just one day, but in the Philippines, it's 200 days. So I have learned that. And she has learned Three Kings Day.
Mhm.
And we
Yeah.
know we both love to celebrate holidays with food.
Yeah, food is a big deal. It's a big deal. And you have these conversations, these hard conversations early on. Early on. You have to consider your religion, your kids, your family dynamics. And you're not betraying your culture
No,
by loving someone from another one. You're
no.
not.
Get to, don't wait to be taught. Get to know their culture and what makes their family tick on your own. Take the initiative there and see what you can do.
And that culture is what your loved one grew around. It helped to mold the person that you fell in love with, you
That's
know?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, love doesn't erase culture, it helps expand it.
Yeah. And if your family struggles with it, just give them time. You don't have to shrink yourself while you're waiting for them. Yeah.
For sure. It's all right. Let's bring it home.
So we're not saying it's easy, but we are saying it's worth it.
Our love didn't happen in spite of our cultures, it happened because of them.
Yeah. And we're proof that you can honor where you came from and still build something new.
Yeah. And to our people listening, Black, brown, white, Asian, Latino X, Caribbean, whatever, first gen, second gen,
Yeah, your love's not a betrayal. It is a bridge.
and your kids, they're going to carry the best of both worlds forward.
Yeah, exactly. And so, to everyone who's navigating this, we see you. We are you.
Yeah, we're here for it.
Yeah. And if this resonated with you, share it with someone who gets it. Drop a comment, send us a voice note. Let us know your story.
Yeah, hit us up on Instagram at the Love Suite Podcast or email us at thelovesuite.podcast@gmail.com.
I don't even know if that's real email.
Thought it was.
Is it?
Pause.
No,
Pause while we.
No, we're just gonna look it up.
Yeah, why not? We stuck around for Hawaiian term hour. Let's look this up.
Why don't I memorize?
Okay, we're the Face ID portion of the hacking of the phone now. We've broken in. We have to check which of our 49 emails or 49 different addresses.
Oh, dip. It was correct.
Yeah, there we go. You may now move forward and hit the send button, as it is the lovesuite.podcast@gmail.com. Or what was it? Instagram at the lovesuite.podcast.
Yeah, you were correct. Okay, so I'm gonna just erase everything I just did.
No, why? That's awesome. We love face recognition.
We want to hear from you. So make sure you do drop us a line and hit us up, okay? But in the meantime, love yourself, love each other.
This is the Love Suite. Catch you in the next episode.